And joining us live right now is state epidemiologist Dr. Benjamin Chan. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening. Thanks for having me on again.
And before we get to viewer questions, we have a few of our own to start. The state just announcing that first case of the Omicron variant has been found in a COVID patient in Cheshire County. So even though we know you were expecting the variant to be found in New Hampshire, how concerned are you about this?
I think the world is watching with very close scrutiny what's going to happen with the Omicron variant. Because of the number and types of mutations that this variant has, it's predicted to be more infectious, meaning is more easily spread person to person. It's likely going to, some of our therapeutics, like some monoclonal antibodies, are likely going to be less effective. And there's likely an increased risk that this variant can evade or escape immunity or antibody protection that people may have either from prior infection or from vaccination. So, I think this variant of concern is appropriately named. And this is just the first detection we've identified in New Hampshire, but we're seeing it begin to spread in other areas across the US. And I think over the coming days, we're going to hear about more and more infections identified with the Omicron variant.
Dr. Chan, what's the latest information you're seeing on how Omicron spreads and the severity of the cases?
Yeah, so we have very limited information right now about the severity of the cases. This is something that is actively being studied both in the United States and in other countries. So whether it causes more severe disease or causes less severe disease still really is largely unknown. We are watching very closely, though, what's happening in other countries in terms of how it's spread, and also researching how it's spread here in the United States. I think most appropriate is to look at what's happening over in the United Kingdom or the UK, where they have had predominant Delta variant infections occurring, and now we're seeing a dramatic increase in the number of infections due to the Omicron variant. So it appears that the Omicron variant is outcompeting the Delta variant. So I think we can expect to see rising cases in New Hampshire and in the US, and that an increasing proportion of those cases will be due to the Omicron variant.
Our viewers have some Omicron questions as well. Susan asks, what are your recommendations for protection against Omicron, since it's unclear at this point if the vaccines will protect against it?
Yeah, so the Omicron variant spreads in the same way that the earlier variants spread. It's primarily a respiratory droplet transmitted virus, or it's spread through respiratory secretions. The problem is that maybe it takes a lower dose of this virus, or it's more easy to infect somebody when they're exposed, but the mode of transmission is going to be the same. And so the tools that we have are still the primary tools that need to be employed to prevent spread of COVID-19 due to the Omicron variant. The first line of defense still is going to be vaccination. Vaccination, we expect, will still protect against more severe disease like hospitalization and death from the Omicron variant. And in fact, there's some very early preliminary data showing that people who get a primary series and a booster dose are going to be better protected against the Omicron variant, meaning they're going to have higher levels of antibody protection. There's some very early data coming out of the UK showing that vaccine effectiveness with a booster dose can be at a moderate to high level, assuming that people get a booster dose. So vaccination is still going to be critically important for protecting oneself, controlling spread of the Omicron variant. But with the holidays approaching and people moving indoors, the other mitigation measures remain important. So, staying home if you're having symptoms of COVID-19, getting tested, wearing a face mask when indoor environments, limiting group gatherings and group sizes, seeking out testing if you're concerned about an exposure to COVID-19. These are all still the ways that we have to prevent spread of this Omicron variant.
All right, Dr. Chan, thank you so much. Great information there. Stay with us. We'll be back right after the break.